with a machine called FristiLeak, and over here you can see they have given the IP address, which is 192.168.0.114 on my screen. So over here, let's go to the browser. So let's write the IP address, which is 114, and I can see we have a proper web interface. So over here we can see FristiLeak motto, keep, claim, and bring Fristi. So over here it's a machine from 2015, and in this machine they have given the scenario-based approaches. So what I'm gonna do, so let's try to penetrate. So first, let's do a basic Nmap scan and the IP address. So over here they have given hashtag. Let's see what is it over there. So it's redirect the client request to the Twitter website. So we can see tonight FristiLeak. Okay, so it was 20 hours before. Drink is for the whiskey licks. Okay, Fristi, leaking Fristi. Okay, FristiLeak. It's a juice or what, I don't know. Enjoy FristiLeak, my friends. Next time, get this next time. Okay, so they have redirected the client request to the Twitter. You can see lots of people have done the machines. You can see Arox, which is a user who created the FristiLeak. So you can see the person name over their profile. So it's a normal redirection. You can see they have given some. Some of the users have been on this machine. So the first thing is our Nmap, and I guess in Nmap we can see that there was a port 80 was open over there, and it was Apache HTTP, and that was a SandOS server. A SandOS server. So for example, you can see they have given HTTP method, potential risk method, trace, and they have robot.txt file. Disallowed entries, you can see. And the robot.txt they have given cola, CC, and beer. So if I talk about the robot.txt, it contains all the allow and disallow directories on the server side. So if I do robots.txt, I can see the allow and disallow directories from the server side. So we can simply gain some information from that. So over here, we can do simple. Let's do 114 over here again. Let's try with the cola, the word cola. This is not the URL we are looking for. Let's try CC. Again, I'm saying the same word. Let's see the source code. Now it's a simple JPG file. Let's try with the beer. Again, I can see this is not the URL you're looking for. So what could be the challenges? So as per the crawling part, what we can do, we can simply try to crawl the entire directory. So over here, I can use the buster.
Partho, in one of your Patrick's level on the YouTube, I've seen that one of the trainers was using a Python search directory. What was that? Like you were using Dubbuster, right?
Yeah, that was me. I was using derp search.
Okay, so that was Dub search.
Yes, that was derp search. You can search this over here.
What is this used for?
This is basically used for crawling directories, subdirectories, just like a derp buster.
Dubbuster only, yeah? But which is powerful? Matlab, which is you can rely more on?
I will say go buster
GoBuster.
and derp buster, because
Okay.
each and every one has a different one. One is CLI and one is GUI. So most of the people they prefer GUI. So I will prefer derp buster.
Okay.
So you can visit over here properly. See.
Can you share the link for this one on the chat, please?
Yeah,
I'll,
sure.
I'll...
At the end of the class.
No problem.
Yes. So over here, we're gonna use some word list over here and the number of threads. So I'm gonna use the user share. We're gonna go to the word list, and we can see the bus over there, and we can copy any of this one. So I'm gonna use the medium one. And let's see which extension they are using. So as I having my virtualizer, which is not working for a few days, so no issue. So I can use web for that if the virtualizer is not working. All I need to know is it running PHP or not. So I can see they are running PHP over there. We can say Apache version, HTTP server is your CentOS, your Apache server is 2.2.5, and we can see the PHP version. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my Derbuster as the PHP extension, and I'm gonna start the scanning part. So the scan has been started, and over here on the scan we can see they find some image directory, some CGI bin, which is 403, which is forbidden. Icon search, error message, beer. We can see this one. Some errors over here. So in this machine, one thing you can try is you can try to enumerate the services. It will give you a proper street structure. We can see icons have 200. Let's open this one. Icon directory, and there are lots of other stuffs. And this is also index file. And all are these all are GIF files. So we have coca, we have beer, we have lots of other things. Like we have image files also. Yes, in the image file we can see there is a keep claim. But the main objective when you're simply scrolling the website, you have to look for each and everything. I can see there is nothing on the screen instead of the beer CC encoder. But you have to think out of the box over here. Because I can see only these entries over there. But in the real scenarios, there would be something else. For example, you have to think that what could be the directory and what is the Fristy over here means. This is a normal website. So okay, so you have to gather the website information. What does it mean? So if I search for the word Fristy, I can see it's just a fruit drink. So when I simply check my Nmap, cola, CC, and beer, these also are soft drinks, and Fristy is one of them. So over here, if I look, they have given keep, claim, and drink Fristy, or you can see the source code. There's nothing much. So what we can do, we can try to think that will it this Fristy? You have to think out of the box sometimes. And over here, I can see the welcome to the FristiLeak admin portal. So you can see they have given the username and password field. So what can be the possibilities if I'm doing admin or password? The default one. Wrong username and password. Let's write admin. We try the combinations of default credentials. you can see there is a check-in.login.php file on the server side. And check-in.login PHP file contains all the database user connection file. So let's remove the admin, and again I can see the username password is gone. So sometimes when you are simply gathering the information, so you have to look for the source code also, which is a SAST method, static analysis of the source code. So let's see view source code. We have to check the source code. Sometimes we get some databases, some basic credentials from username and password from the backend side. There are lots of other things. For example, you can see they have given the descriptions. They have saying the super late password login test page. Okay, they have given some contents. We use Base64 encoding image. Okay, so they are in line in the HTML code. I read somewhere on the web. They are a good way to do it. Okay, to-do list. We need to clean this up. Production. I left some junk words in the making of tester easier by zips. So they said they are using some Base64 encoding for the image on the HTML file, and they have put in some junk words. So Base64 encoding is used basically on the web server to encrypt the client and server communication part. But over here I can see they are using Base64 encryption standard to encode the image source. So you can see they have given the image source over here. An image you can see PNG Base64. You can see this is a proper. You can see it's a Base64 encoded file. So they have given, but what I can see in the last time, they are repeating the words over here. You can see they are repeating the words in a proper way. So this is not a Base64 encryption standard, because this is okay. But over here in the last line, I can see they are repeating the same words. So it will, in the encryption standard, we never repeat the words over there. So they have given this some misunderstanding. So the most important part, when you are simply examining, if you find any of the encryption standard, for example this one, you have to verify this code. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this one, because I can see this is also a Base64 encryption standard, just like this one. So for my case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for Base64 decode image. Let's use some tools. Convert Base64 to an online using free decoding tool, which you allow to decode Base64 image and to use with the browser. So let's try with the code. Decode Base64 encoder. And over here we can see the word they have given is your key. Or you can simply copy over here also. This is also a website. See. So they have given the password they were encoded. So this method is also known as your reverse or your cryptographic analysis. So what could be the password they have given? KKE. And over here, if you look, we get the password, but they have given a user also. It is. Let's try with this login page. Sometimes this vulnerability is also known as security misconfigurations, where an attacker simply gains some information from the source code. or you can say session management. So let's try Kiki over here, and yes, we are logging successful. So over here, the most important part, sometimes we are, it's, as a pen tester, you have to look for the source code over there. Sometimes they reveal some sensitive informations. And that time you have to look for each and everything, one by one.
This image which you have, which is actually a link, this also contains something or not? Not this one. The
It
previous
was
one
only,
where you said the word started to repeat.
it was only a password.
Okay.
It was just a password, sir. This was only a password. You can see. They have mentioned now they are using super late password to protect themselves. So what could be the possibilities as a pen tester? I can see over here they have given,
And
we have,
what about the blue code?
which one? This one.
The,
This one you're talking about, Ilyas. Hello.
in blue link.
In the blue link, those were also there. The blue links were the false report. This was false because if a base64 encryption started, they will never repeat the same words on the next line. There was some repeated words, you can see, and we know about the encryption standard. There would be no repeated words. So this was not on base64 encryption. This was a junk word to lure the attackers. But over here, I can see that this was a base64 encryption standard. Is it okay? So as a penetration tester, we can see we're gonna see each and everything. For example, they have given a file upload file. In file upload, they have given to upload a file on the server side. So what we can do? We can simply check which kind of file is gonna accept. So I'm gonna use upload file. So you can see the file has been uploaded to the upload directory. So it's revealing some directories on the server side. So you can simply see it's to do upload.php. It's a file over there. But in the FristiLeak, it will be a directory. So if I do uploads over here, you can see there are some files. There was nothing. Okay, that's the source code. Okay, there was nothing over there. So if you know the path of the file, you can simply use this one. So let's try. Okay, now it's asking me that again. Is it and the password? Yeah. So we are on the upload.php file. So let's try to upload a shell on the server side. So I'm going to use my predefined shell, and that will be my PHP shell. So let's see where I can simply have this file. So I guess in the tools, PHP server shell. Okay, over here. Let me see. So I'm going to extract over here. And over here we have our PHP shell. So PHP shells are basically used to gain. This is a reverse PHP shell, and you can grab this shell from the pentest monkey. You can go to the website called pentest monkey reverse shell. You can see the PHP reverse shell, and you can download this one from here. This tool is designed for those situations during a pen tester where you upload an access to a web server that is running PHP. Upload the script to somewhere in the web root and then run it by accessing the appropriate URL in the browser. So this shell will give you a proper, or what you have to do, you have to modify the source. For example, you have to modify the IP address and you have to modify the receiving port and get ready to catch the reverse shell. So in this scenario, we're going to use netcat, and you can see upload the script for specific where the shell is. Some sites you will see. So for this scenario, what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to upload, but before uploading, I'm gonna do some changes over there. For example, the IP address. So over here, I'm gonna write my IP address because we need a reverse call. So I'm gonna use any of the local port on my server. So I'm gonna use 44448. You can use any port, but when the port will execute, it will give us a uname -a, who was login, the ID number, and bin access to the shell file. So see, so we have a shell.php file. So over here, I'm gonna activate my listener first of all. When the payload will execute, we will have a listener. So before that, we're gonna try if the file uploaded on the PHP or not, because it's an upload.php file. So we're gonna browse this one, and that was on my downloads tools directory, and in the PHP I can see shell.php. And you can see over here, sorry, it's not a valid file, only ph allowed are png, jpeg, gif file. So we are not able to upload a PHP file on server side. So what we can do, we can look for file upload vulnerability. A local file upload vulnerability is a vulnerability where an application allows a user to upload a malicious file directly in the executed. A remote file upload vulnerability is a vulnerability where an application uses input in the fetch to remote files. So you can see there I have given lots of things, and restricted file upload vulnerability.
Question here for these scenarios where we have limited options for uploading a shell or basically an exploit. I remember there is a method from burpsuit as well, where you can change it during the sending of the data, or something like this was there also.
I never use burpsuit in the file upload vulnerability. I simply use some multiple extension over there. This is a double extension vulnerability where you can
This can
simply,
work as well.
yes,
You can change the means extension and it will work.
yep,
Okay.
the file has been uploaded.
Okay.
Because this method is also one of the method called double extension vulnerability. TXT and image file, GIF is a TXT file, but I use VBS file, a Visual Basic Script that is executed immediately. You can use C extension. Some main programs may execute remotely. There are lots of techniques. What is extensions are dangerous. There are lots of vulnerability that you can use. How to avoid malicious file in double extensions. The basic important thing is this: how you can provide a security to that organization. So you can see there are lots of files over there, one by one, file extensions, one on one. So you can try to check all these scripts.
Is there a possibility to insert the code inside the image?
This is an image file now, but
Yes,
that,
I have an image that exists, and we insert the code inside.
yeah, you need a wrapper for that. A wrapper is a tool where you can simply bind some malicious codes in any of the files you want. It could be a PHP file.
Can you show me the link?
I don't have the link, but I can simply, you can use the wrapper code.
Or type it, please.
Yeah, you can type it. You can get the wrapper for file combination part. So I will give you the link if you want. Okay.
I mean, can you type it? Just type it.
You can try wrapper only. Wrapper.
Wrapper. Okay. Okay.
Yes. So over here, let's execute the file. And remember one thing: the file was uploaded on the upload directories. So it was on upload directories, and our file name was, you have to remember your file name. So that was shell.php.png. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write my shell dot php dot png sorry. So let's try it executing or not. So over here I can see that it has been stopped over there, it's executing part. And if I look my netcat, I can see we have a proper shell on this website. So you can see the UID we have is we are Apache GID 48, and we can see who was last time logged in, it was Apache, all the things. So we can write PWD, present worker directory, we're on the shoot. So what I can see over here is some basic directories over there. So you can see there's a bin directory, there's a boot directory, there's a dev directory, etc configuration, home directory. There's a lot of directories over there. So my major concern would be we are gonna check all the things one by one over here. For example, today I'm gonna introduce you a new vulnerability over there, and that would be our. Let's move to the got milk and prayer. So over here today we're gonna look for what other jobs are scheduled, and this vulnerability is basically known as Linux executable service runners have executables user primary. Okay. Nope.
So we are trying to exploit the cron tab,
Yep.
which is run by the root.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we are exploiting badly configured cron jobs. Cron job is not configured properly, can be exploited to get root privileges. An script or binaries in the cron job will be writable. Can we write our own cron files itself? It's cron D directory. So you can see cron job generally runs with the root privileges. If we can successfully temper any scripts on the binary which are defined in the cron jobs, then it will be executable arbitrary code with the root privileges. So you can see we can look for exploiting badly configured cron jobs to get root privileges. So we can write ls-l and cron d to print out the cron jobs that are already present on the cron dev file. So let's see if it's running. So we can see there is a 0-hourly file and there's a rate.check file. So do cat no file and the rate check, or you can simply look for the Payato as they have given cron job t. You can copy this one and you can also use it over here. Okay.
Can you move the screen up slightly?
Yep.
Thank you very much.
So over here I can see they are saying there was no Apache cron job for that. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's go to the home directory. And over here we can see there was an admin directory. But we don't have the permission to go over there. We have EPIS, we have the read and execution permission. And in the FristiLeak, there is a FristiLeak, but over there we have also the normal thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the EPIS. Okay, I guess I have to name this one. So ls-l. And over here they can say they have given lots of files over here which can be executable over here. So what I'm going to do, okay, we have a read file over there. Let's read this one. So they have given notes from .txt, here as they have given a normal thing. So over here, what I can see, they have given, I made it possible for to do some automation checks. Okay. So they have given, but I didn't not allow you to access any of the user binary files. Okay, they have given some restriction. We can't use some system binary files because if you use system binary files, it will escalate the privileges to any of the user. So what are we gonna do? Let's see what else they have. So I had a few extra often needed commands to my home directory. Okay, they have given some permission on the home directory that we can use. So over here they have given change mode, change the permission, disk format, cat, echo, ps process, grep file, egrep file. So you can use those from my home admin directory. So home admin was a different user. Don't forget to specify the full path of the each binary over there. Okay, so we have this one. So just put a file called run this. Just put a file called run this in the temp folder. Okay, they have given something. Each line on the one command, the output goes to the temp cron result in the temp directory. Okay, it should run every minute with the account privileges. Okay, we have a cron result over here, but that file was a temp file, and that file was on run this file. So over here, they have given the cron result on the temporary. The cron result will works on every minute with the account privileges. So what we can do, we can try to escalate or run this of someone else. So let's see if we can have something like over here. So we have exploiting user with dot in their path. So this was a binary path. Having dot in your path means that the user is able to execute binary scripts from current directory to avoid having entered to the two extra characters. Two extra character means dot // you can say. For example, you can see if I'm on the server, I can write, if I want to write burp, the burp will run in the binary functions. So I already have a script on my user bin file. If I write burp, it will execute burp suite, which is running as a root privileges. So over here, this was a different scenario. Our main objective is to simply execute the file services. For this case, what I'm going to do, we're gonna play some changes over here. For example, see, they have given some permission. We can use the change mode permission, and we have echo permission also. So we can use the binary functions. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a binary script, and we're gonna keep that script on the temporary file, on the run this file. Name this run this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use echo command. Echo is basically used to highlight or execute the files. So I'm gonna use double quote. Okay. So they were saying that you can run the each and every command from my home user directory. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use home admin, and from the admin I'm gonna use the change mode permission -r reverse, and I'm gonna give 7777 read, write, and execute. Read and execute to all the users, just like this one. And I'm gonna give the permission to get access to the home admin directory. So over here we are creating our own binary file. So over here you can see echo home path. They said that you can run each and every binary from the home admin, and you can use -r for giving the permission. So 777, 4 bits, 2 bits, and 1 bit. 4 bits is basically your for read, 2 bits is for write, and 1 bit is for execution. So over here I'm giving 777. I will giving the root user the sudo user and the local users. So it can access the home admin directory. So over here, I'm going to save this file on the server side, which was on as per the data they have given the temp file, and you can name this one run this file. So I'm going to use tmp and I'm going to name this one run this. So over here we're gonna grant our access by the commands. So you can see one by one. This is the important command that they have simply given the permission and authority that we can use. So let's see. Yep, cool. So over here we can see the temp directory. LSF and all. We can see the file is over there. Run this. And over here you can see they have given write permission. So in a few of seconds it will execute. So let's try to execute this one. Permission denied. But you have to wait for as per the data they have given every minute. You have to wait for every minute with an account privileges. So over here we have to wait for 1 minute to execute this file from the server side because we have permission denied over there. So you can use binary script to gain privilege escalation part. So you can simply look for binary scripts privilege escalation part. System created the system having weak permission to can lead to privilege escalation. If a low privilege user can modify the service configuration, change the bin path of a malicious binary and restart the service, then the malicious binary will be executed. So they have given some infosec OSCP rights, Windows, this is Windows part, and there are many more you can try. Script binaries. And you can set the variables. If you have write permission on the folder inside the path variables, may be able to hijacking some of the libraries on the binary side. So over here, let's see. Is it running? Okay, sorry. LS-all. And over here, I can see the file has been run with a cron result. Over here, we can see the cron result over here. So let's move to the admin directory, cd home, and we can get access to the admin directory. See, now we have the permission. So this attack is all about to gain some information part. You can see we can simply get the access of the admin. This was because of we can simply gain the information part. And the most important thing is to use some binaries. So over here, sometimes they have given some results over here on the server side. We can use it in a different way, and we can try more other things. For example, you can see the binary script, as I was mentioned. You can read this one from Hacktrick. All the things are important. Pseudo versions, damage. There are lots of things over there, one by one. Schedule cron jobs. Let's try now if you can find any cron jobs over there. I was curious about this one. No cron job for Apache. Yeah. So it means we have some specific user to access those cron jobs. But over here we can simply see this was a binary script attack. So with and someone's other we can try. So there are other types that we can perform one by one. An attacker simply use various types of techniques for information gathering part, and we have to look for one of the each one. So you can simply use binary scripts, privilege escalation part, and many more. So there are things we can follow. So this was FristiLeak, and you can see over here, this is techniques that we can use it for.